Hello, my name is Navigator. I'm not feeling the best today, so we're going to make this review quick, but in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series Clone Trooper Dogma and Hardcase 2-pack. I was able to pick this up at Fox Prowl Toys and Comics in Batavia, New York for $65. A little steep, but this thing just came out, so I'm basically paying full price for it. I don't mind because these two figures are incredible, and if you really think about it, a Black Series figure goes for like $32 nowadays, so honestly, it'd be the same price as buying two new normal figures. But with that being said, let's get into it. So taking a look at the box here quick. On the front, you have that Star Wars The Clone Wars kind of yellow, and then on the back here you have a little bit of write-up. So you have rigid and fervently loyal. Dogma was part of the newer generation of clones fighting for the Republic. His clone brother Hardcase was known for his characteristic hyperactivity and enthusiasm for squashing enemy forces. If you guys don't remember, Dogma is the clone that ends up shooting Pong Krell, and Hardcase is the clone that sacrifices himself with that awesome quote, "Live to fight another day." So these guys are some really badass clones, and I'm very excited to be reviewing them. Hardcase is my favorite, though, of the two, so let's start off with Dogma here. So taking a look at the figure first, they're both going to have the same clone armor. I'm really just going to focus on the articulation and the colors. So we do have a ton of ROM there on the foot. You can really get a lot going on there and some swivel back and forth. You even get the little turn there. Single jointed both knees and arms, but this is kind of that new single jointed material, pinless. And you can actually get a lot of ROM with that as well. ROM, of course, means range of motion. You can do the splits kind of, considering the fact that he has the armor on, ab twist there, can come forward and back, single jointed arms, but again, they have pretty good articulation there. Nice little pauldrons here that are a little bit articulable. This nice kind of, his whole thing, I think it goes off the widow's peak that he has here, but like these point shapes. You can see lots of points going on here, and that's really going to be the main paint scheme on Dogma here. So there you go, some nice blue, and on the back there with some more kind of greebles, and then finally the head sculpt here, and he has this nice kind of like V tattoo work over his left eye there, and the hair as well. So there you go. And that hairline makes him very unique. All right, and then his helmet here, kind of following with that pointed little pattern there. A very cool helmet. The only downside with these is they're a little tight for both Dogma and Hardcase. When you go to put it on, that nose kind of gets in the way. It's pretty hot up here, so these figures are a little loose right now, but it might give you some difficulty. All right, and then the weapons that he comes with, we do have the typical clone blaster here. As you guys know, at Nickel City Con, I got a replica of this. It's very cool. So we have that. And we also have the clone rifle here. Very nice. I should know the names of these, but hell, what do I care? All right, and moving on to Hardcase here. Not a lot of detail down at the bottom, just pretty much white clone trooper. Again, the single jointed knees there, the same articulation as Dogma, but he does have some nice blue additions to his tool belt here. It's their equipment belt, utility belt, whatever you want to call it. And then what I love about Hardcase are these really cool, almost like tribal patterns in blue that he has on his armor. I just love the dots and the lines on there. It looks super sweet, and that face paint is continued there, well, onto his face. And he is bald, of course, or at least has the shaved head. And there you go, Clone Trooper Hardcase. Now, we do see both of these guys unhelmeted or without their helmets in the show, but it is cool to have both helmeted and unhelmeted. And speaking of that, we do have Hardcase's helmet. And that kind of almost tribal pattern is continued on with here. And I love the fin that he's got on top of there with the nice blue paint. And then finally, a first time in the collection for me, we have the clone minigun. I'm not sure what you should call it, but this is incredible. So the barrel does spin here, and it actually does come off, which is very interesting and probably shouldn't happen. And that's probably why this is kind of clamped down on there. But we also do have some more articulation with this right here. You can close it all the way up, maybe kind of have it like mounted on something, or you flip it that way and you have one of the clones grab here and right there, and just like Thorn did. And actually, that'll be another figure that'll be coming to the collection very soon as Clone Commander Thorn. But folks, that is going to be it for this review of the Star Wars The Black Series, The Clone Wars, Clone Trooper, Dogma, and Hardcase. Folks, if you see this 2-pack, do not leave it. You have to pick this thing up. You got to finish the 501st Army, just like I am. Follow me along, guys. What is now? I'm looking over at him now. So we have Jesse, Fives, we have Rex, we have 2 unnamed 501st Clone Troopers, and now we have Hardcase and Dogma. I almost said Dog Case or something, but I will leave it there. Building out the 501st Black Series collection. As always, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.